Good morning from Revive Therapeutics. Today I'm going to be going over how to properly mix peptides and the importance of how it's done and why it's done. So today, no matter what the peptide is, today I'm using BPC 157. It doesn't matter if it's a different peptide. The most important factor to remember in mixing peptides is that they need to be treated very cautiously and very carefully. They are delicate, and if you were to or are to mix them too quickly, to drop them, to leave them out of the fridge once they are mixed, you can damage them. So that is number one with mixing peptides. So let's get into it. Today, again, I'm doing BPC 157, and on the box, it will tell you your dilution rate. So with BPC 157 of a 10 milligram, it tells you on the box that you are to mix it with 7.5 mLs into the bottle of peptides. I'm using a 12 cc syringe, and we'll go ahead and mix. So in the box, you have your bacteriostatic water. That is what the solution is going to be mixed in. The other bottle is the BPC 157, and that, again, can be any peptide. They all get mixed exactly the same way, okay? So, taking the top off of your bacteriostatic water, I'm going to draw 7.5 mLs of bacteriostatic water. I typically will draw a full syringe all the way to 12, and then I will slowly draw it back. That gets rid of most of the air bubbles. So getting it to 7.5, if we can see that. Okay, now the important step to mixing is that when I hold the syringe, I'm holding, this is the plunger and this is the syringe. I'm holding both of them tightly, okay, to not allow the plunger to just rapidly allow the water, the bacteriostatic water, to run into the peptide. If you hold the plunger and you hold the syringe at the same time, then that will stop the water from quickly being absorbed and pulled in to the peptide, okay? So I'm gonna take the top off of the peptide, and that's a sterile environment, okay? And I took the top off of the bacteriostatic water, sterile environment. So when I am holding the plunger and the syringe tightly so that the plunger cannot allow the water to run into the peptide bottle, because this is vacuum sealed, so it will try to pull the water. The most important part is that whenever I put the needle into the bottle of peptides, I want it to go at an angle. So let's see if I can get up close. Okay, so again, I'm going in at an angle so that the needle, the tip of the needle, is pointing towards the bottom or the side of the bottle to not fall directly onto the peptides themselves. Okay, so try to get a best angle here. Holding the plunger, holding the syringe, I'm going to put the needle into, and you can see the needle if I wiggle it around, and it's pulling the water in even though I'm holding the plunger. It's just pulling the water in at a slow rate, and that is what we want. So as that water completely gets pulled in, you can slowly let go of the plunger, let it inch through your fingers. as it is dropping, as it's moving down in the syringe. And as you can tell, all the water is already into the peptide bottle, but I'm still slowly letting that plunger fall through the syringe. Okay, now all of the bacteriostatic water is in the 10 milligrams of BPC. And as you can see, they have been diluted in the bacteriostatic water, no longer dehydrated or liphosyzed. And then I slowly rotate the bottle, and I'm just giving it a very gentle, slow mix, because there can be peptides that get caught up in the top of the bottle. So I want to rotate it around and make sure all the peptides have been mixed. And then once they're mixed, they go into the fridge. So with that, I will follow up with the peptide itself. All your peptides will have your dosage on there. It has the amount of fluid, which is 7.5, okay, 7.5 mLs, and then your dose on your needles. This for BPC is 12.5 to 25, or 0.12 on your syringe to 0.25 on your syringe. The recommended rate that you do this is one single dose at 12.5. You can do 2 doses per day, totaling 25. So if we're doing a double dose, if you've been prescribed to do a double dose, a morning and evening, 12 hours apart, you would do morning 12.5, evening 12.5. Or if you're prescribed to do a single injection per day, it's 12.5 once per day, 12 hours apart from each dose. I hope that answers all of your questions. Again, I'm Rob from Revive. I hope you guys have a great day, and if you have any questions, please reach out. Be well.